Welcome to the 21st Wednesday of May. Nope, that makes it sound like it's the 21st Wednesday, and it's not. It's Wednesday, the 21st of May. Welcome to the circus. I'm your host, Phoenix Electra. Little man is here. Everybody's trope. Oh, this is where my frame ends. Background noise. We're trying something different. So if you could tell me how the audio is, because I'm not using OBS at all right now. I'm just on
audio problems already.
No, go look. Make sure, because I can't. Oh, my troublemakers. It's not time for snacks yet. I hope everyone is well. I can't complain.
So excited I got a new can opener. Yay!
Welcome. This is a circus. There are clowns and an animal act and more clowns and juggling, terrible juggling, hula hoops, strength feats. And yeah. All right. Oh, I was going to try to my foam head has gone down. The soda siphon is extra foamy right now. Okay. And this is why I thumbs down my own show. But we are gonna look at this cute schmata that we have to slit open so we can stitch in these black panels for gores. That is next on the list. First, I'm going to take a moment and finish sewing the ruffles onto the bottom of this metallic-y silver. I think, well, oh, that's right, we're not attached. That was just there. You know what? Maybe we'll start. Well, look at that. Maybe we'll actually start the show with the project that I have pictured to work on in the thumbnail. You are going to have to sit over there. You are going to have to come over here. Oh, the only thing, I'm hungry. I did some stuff from home, went out, got the pearly whites all shined up, and now we're here. So where's my example? What is this? Random material that we got at Joann Fabrics a while ago because it was silver skulls and I just had to have it. And the black is a skirt that had been in my collection that I'd already hacked up. And here we are. Astute remind folks who've been around for a while, this material actually did come from, across the room is, all right, let me just tap along on my twinkle toes. Okay, there I am. I'm back. I do exist. So the skirt and the top used to be attached. I didn't love the sackiness of it, so I chopped it in half and have a top section, and this is stuff I'd hacked from other projects that I also didn't love separately, so I said, let's pin them together and have a whole new skull sack set. So we've got like a new tunic dress that's cute, and then another skirt that's got leopard print for the waistband. So what could be wrong with that? And I love this material. It's so soft on the inside. Which is why I love the pants so much. And note to self, don't be if you're on this, the skulls will transfer. I haven't had issues with them fading in the wash, but there is little skull glitter imprints on my sewing bench. Yep. I did that accident. I didn't know it was going to happen. All right, let me try to move the audio cords because we're not no sewing through cables. That is not this project. Sewing with cables might be another project. What? I am going to just do the seams on the outside because I just like that look with I just like that look in athleisure. So I do it. I haven't completely decided whether we're gonna just top stitch flat, whether we're gonna try the overlocker again. I haven't decided because I have 6 scores to sew in, and I don't have to know that yet because right now we're just doing this part. Oh, he's so grumpy. Mom, I'm gonna flap my tail in disgust with you. Where's the food? Did I? Is everything fine? Am I fine? Phoenix, are you fine? What's the pot? Oh, we sound okay. But I do think I might have wooed the hygienist as a new fan, so that was funny. And I was gonna save this for you know what? I'm gonna wait till there's more fannies in the seats before I talk about the good stuff. So let's just have some sweet sounds of sewing while folks trickle in on this Wednesday. The cats have disappeared, so oh no, actually. They're just grumpy that we don't have a big enough there's not enough fannies and seats yet to open up the concession stand. Hey you! Do you have anything to say to your fans to encourage them? You would like them to be here, right, meow? Hurry up, right, meow? Do it, meow. Yeah. Is that what you have to say? Oh, you're hunting that blue jay out there. Yeah. All right. Okay, don't. Thank you for not being a terrorizer. Don't knock the TV over. All right. Oh, and there's mayhem ensuing. They know all the things and they're mad because I'm not obliging. Yeah, so I'm making what I'm doing by stitching in these black pieces is making the bottom of the skirt give it some more flair because right previously it was just a straight tube and now it's going to be not straight. It's going to be angled and give it a nice effect when twirling. And we like clothes that are movable and twirlable. So around the corners is very persnickety, and there's a lot of lifting up the presser foot and moving everything around to reposition so that it's nice, or else you're going to end up with a hole or too much fabric chunked in a big fat grossness. So to avoid that, needle engaged, needle in the down position, lift the presser foot, and massage. What? Did you steal the snack sack over to you, or are you just where did it? Maybe he was just chewing the box, like he is apt to do. All right, let's finish this triangle. Triangle man, doing whatever a triangle can. Hey, triangle man. All right. I need any other punny song. What? It's better when they just come to me. It's hard. I can't always do them on command. All right, Phoenix, you don't have to talk for a second. You can just sew. It's okay. Do you hear that crunching? Somebody's trying to wrestle through the... Little man, we have no... There's no fannies and seats appreciably to warrant opening the concession stand yet. You tell them to get here right now. What did... What did you do? Come on, look. Okay. Are we back? Rumble, are we back? Dude, why did you step on my thing like, where's the show? No, okay. I was on the wrong tab, which was super shitty. Let's try this again. Over here. No, what the fuck, Phoenix? Do I have a show? No.
Just off.
Does it come back, or is it just off and off still?
You're back on.
I'm back on. Oh, thank God. Okay, because I was just trying to check that. All right. We're back. I've been told, which saves me the stress from trying to push buttons and check to make sure. Somebody stepped on my video cable. Who said you could step on the HDMI cord like that? Turn off my cameras. But we were practicing being professionals. We overcame it. Ay. All right. Well, I guess we could put ribbon on the trim. Well, we'll get there. I was gonna not have this overly designed and overly floofied, and then as time goes by with Phoenix Land, I forgot to backstitch. Oh, pooper doopers. Well, at least that was the most successful return. And yeah, so I just have my camera through the external video card in Rumble Studio, and The only reason I was using OBS was a little bit for the audio stuff. But if I don't have one less thing I need to do to poop the bed before a show, though I don't, it doesn't matter, Phoenix. Just enjoy the process. There, now I've got a nice little pointy point that's closed on all sides. So we could open it out and have the black showing on the top, which I think might be cute because it's going to make it look a little bit bigger. Because if we have this skull side, it's going to narrow. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll do one each way. Who knows? First, I need to find my cutting tool and cut another slit up from the bottom of the fabric. Oh, I think this one. Okay, so did I really do them out? Let me try to go in order. So I'm gonna not get my hair caught in the microphone. I'm gonna lay this flat, but in half. So, and then I'm just gonna hold everything generally taut. Try not to muck around my audio cable, and then I'm just gonna cut to the top of the triangle. And then pin piece in place. So I've got now a space that needs a triangle to fill it. Double check to make sure that the right sides are out. And then from the slit, I'm just going to pin the triangle in. And it's that easy to add gores. Though I still forgot, I didn't look up and didn't think about it until just now. The technical difference between a gore and a godet. Because they're, in my head, very similar. You add fabric to something. All right. I'll figure it out, just not today. How's everybody going? It's Wednesday, hump day. We're on our way to the weekend again already. How the fuck did that happen? But, oh well. Kind of excited. We're almost done with the Singer book, so then we'll just practice. And I cut a little bit farther than I'd like. Fortunately, this is all stretchy fabric, so I'm just gonna stretch it out a little bit. Just to massage it to make it just a little longer. The hard part next is at the tip of the triangle, you still want it to be wrong sides together. So I kind of turn the fabric so I can see, and this fabric is nice. It's soft, no skulls, flat skulls. And then I just take the other end of the black triangle and make sure that it's still the wrong side to the wrong side, and then plop a pin. So just look, because you can sometimes accidentally pin to the wrong side, and it behooves one to catch that error before we've put stitches into it. So, on that note, I'm going to continue to pin. If someone was brave and wanted to deal with a lot of pins all at one time, you could cut all of them and have them all pinned and prepped. But I'm kind of enjoying the breakup of my process. Cut one, pin one, stitch one, and repeat. And because there was a little foible at the one end, I'm just pulling it down on the opposite end. Oh, but fortunately, that's where we're going to start the stitching. All right, let us sew again. Get back there. What are people making? I guess we'll just be a quiet sewing show. It's fine, Phoenix, to just have the sweet sounds of the machine. And then we just sew. Oh. Oh, who's got a big tummy? Who's showing off their big belly? Oh, I'm surprised we haven't heard my tummy grumbling. Oops, where? Oh. Yeah, overlocked hem, or I kind of want to get friends with this overcaster foot. Okay, so I'm getting close to the tip, so I'm just making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Down, turn, flatten, quadruple check. This time the black layer really is trying to squidgle in on itself. Oh, it's better without the pin in there. Okay. Flatten. All right, back. There we go. Oh, there's tree maintenance and lawn mowing. Ah, the sounds of spring. Okay. Oh, is my... Did I not? Studio. But hold on here. Did I? This... There's... Hold on. Okay, that is so funny. Rumble chat open over here. Because I... Guess we'll have to start another complaints letter to Rumble Help. Because chat's not showing up on Rumble. I haven't checked to see if that other platform chat is not working. And the number count looks like it's off. But whatever. Okay, well, whatever, Phoenix. Just try to be the best, most happiest, relaxing sewing show you could possibly be. Unless there's bloodshed, and then try to be calm and not cry on air. Or some of these dark spots are from that infamous stream. All right, 2 down, and I think there's 6 total, so 4 more to go. But yeah, I don't know if I want overly ribbon. I think maybe just the fun scene treatment. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Was there a clipping? Oh, you sewed yourself in. Right, just double checking the tip. Good. Okay, because I know at the tip sometimes that's where I make a mistake. So where the side seams are already sewn, I contemplated cutting them open, and I did not decide on that option. I'm going to cut just next to one side of it because I didn't want to, I just didn't want to unpick all that, is really what it came down to. I made an executive decision that said, nope, I like those stitches, so we're just gonna not do them there. Which side do I want to cut it though? Because it would be pleasing to be exact on both sides. We're just gonna untick you. Being careful that I'm only cutting through one layer of fabric. Okay. These things are so scary sometimes. So scary. The scariest. Okay. We did it. No. I know. Doves make. We've got votes going on the Rumbles. Good work, Rumble. You are appreciated, all of you sweet workers and lurkers. I value your time stopping by this shit show. And if my fanny holds out, I could have big dreams. But I don't. We've barely made it over 3 hours, so to think to go fives feels like a lot on a Wednesday, especially without having eaten since this morning. But, alright, leave those machinations alone, Phoenix. Let's just work on what we're doing. We are sewing a skirt, or upcycling a skirt that we already sewed and didn't like. Because I sometimes have a hard time getting rid of things that I made that I didn't completely love the finished product of. So they just hang around. And then the idea comes of, what if I do this? And generally I'm more pleased. So that, oh, we do have chat over here. Hello, relax. Welcome, welcome. I know there are ghosts in the Rumble machine. Yeah, because Rumble chat is not showing up on screen in studio like it's supposed to be, which really is bumming me out. But oh, here, let's do this. Can I chat from Rumble? Hello, clowns. All right. Yeah, see, my chat doesn't show up on my screen in studio either. Sorry, I didn't mean to call everybody clowns. Ay, ay, ay. But we're overcoming and adapting to the working conditions today. So all problems are Rumble because I am not using OBS today. My camera's talking to Rumble Studio, and I said, let's have one less layer of things that I don't completely understand and might be causing me problems. So that's what I did. Oh, I want to. That's better. I thought I was froze because I was seeing myself in the other window in Rumble, and oh, that's funny. I showed up. So YouTube chat shows up, uh, not Rumble Studio chat. Rumble, do better. Your own chatting in your own platform is not showing up in Rumble Studio, or is that me? Ah, duh. Oh, now it's working. No, that's Jess. Hello, Jess. Welcome, welcome. It is pretty good. I get to be here making stuff, and I always call that a win. Yes, Steph, every circus needs a carload of clowns, and here we are. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. If I can I do this? Alright, no, I'm not gonna mute you. Can I mute you? Does it show up? No, only in Rumble Studio. Oh, I thought fruit baskets. Okay, well, I figured out. I see you, Rumble Studio. I see you, YouTube. I appreciate everybody. Some days the circus is all clowns, only clowns. No pretty girls in little costumes that have their reasons for health and safety purposes when your skin needs to grip certain. You need to grip stuff with your skin for safety purposes. Again, we're having a safety meeting. Oh, just gonna laugh at myself. I'm gonna trim these now. Has it been? Oh, it's been half an hour. Do you think? Should I? Oh, where'd all the cats? There's only a fray of roofers. Well, if somebody else comes back, then maybe I'll open up the concession stand, or I'll just do it now. Okay, okay, okay. I know you heard me. You heard me say it's been half an hour. Yeah, okay, let me get Freya Proofers your snacks. Freya Proofers first. Freya Proofers. Go to your mark. Go to your mark. Go to your mark. Come. Come. Ow. Loki, where are you? Where's King Fluff and stuff? King Fluff and stuff. Loki. Loki, we need you. Loki, where are you? Hey, pretty boy. Hey, come here. Ow. Loki, come here. I hear you. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Come on. Here you go. All right. Come on, Loki. Good job. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she did. Did she devour them all already? She had a whole handful. Let's do it. Oh, look at how pretty. Who can do figure eights? Come on. Who can do figure eights? Come on. Can we do one more? Are you gonna what? You're gonna come through the wrong way. You came through the wrong entrance. That was not the side you were supposed to be on. All right, let's do this again. Come on. You know better. Come, Loki. Again. Good job. See, you know how to do your tricks. All right, one more for good show. All right, boys and girls. The concession stand is now closed. Back to the regularly scheduled stitching. Okay. Oh, you look totes adorbs, cat. Come on, Loki. Come on, Loki. All right. Is that the way you're gonna be? Is that the way? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh man, 99 red balloons. No, I don't know enough of those ones. Oh, you know what I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks though is um a little fluffy cloud song. Oh, and they've gone outside. Let the cats eating grass and secondary mayhem ensue. The other thing that I was kind of grumpy about, because I wanted to be able to have my Bluetooth to be able to check, but then if I had my Bluetooth in, I couldn't change the speaker input to my USB speaker. It wanted to just be the Bluetooth. I was like, okay, fine. It's a good thing in my old-fashioned sewing machine drawers I have a newfangled. Oh, and I moved it. I do have my wired headphones, but then I feel stuck. All right, I need to slow down. Tension, everything. We're just pulling too hard. Oh. All right, let's sit up and smile and tuck our belly. Just good posture. I put some lipstick on. All things are not. The Phoenix lipstick indicator says sewing shall be good today. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, it's funny. I found almost that with this machine, the ballpoint needle and the knits almost more problematic than just using my everyday needle for your everyday sewing needs. Oh, did I have some? Oh, there's nothing. Was there funny news? No. I guess that's not really funny that this problematic council person laid hands on the chief of police. Yes. Needless to say, they got arrested for battery on a law enforcement. Oh, gosh darn it. All right. Enough with. You don't need no more local news, Phoenix. Trying. We try to stay hidden. Yeah. All right. Oh, didn't take into account. It's a well, good that I did not cut the side closest to the previous seam right abutted next to said seam because I would not have a flat space to stitch on and it would be really chunky and not nice to sew. So good job thinking ahead, Phoenix. Yeah, there, we'll just stretch out that little foible. We had a little crinkle in the stitches. Oh, you know what? Maybe after this one, when I get to the end, I will hold this up so you can see the progress we've made and see how the flare and swirliness is looking. We could also take a break and stitch down the waistband and get the elastic in there. Maybe we'll do that. Got half the gores done. All right. Almost there. Is it time for a lavender? You know, Phoenix, you don't have lavender candies. They're violet, you dum dum. Phoenix, you don't have dum dums either. You have violet candies. Mm, I just love the smell of these violets too. All right, I'm at the end. Back stitch. Snippety doo dah. Hold it up to the camera. Just make a slit. Put your extra pieces in. Call it up. Call it done. Oops. Okay, one piece of elastic, one animal print waistband. This is gonna drive me crazy. This fabric really likes to roll on itself, so I'm just gonna very carefully unfold it to stitch it down. None of this material is going to fray, so I'm not worried about that. Holy moly, thank you, Rumple. You're crushing it over there with numbers. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to, oh, that's the center side. I'm gonna come to an end where there's a seam so I can remember to hand tack that because I need a channel with which to thread the elastic through. So I'm just going to carefully unfold this and stuff it firmly underneath. It will probably continue to curl like a shriveled plant on me. And I'm just going to follow the stitching line from where I initially put the inside of this seam is what I'm going to drive along. I do need to go back and forth because some circles we meet back up and it doesn't really matter, but this I need to leave a channel. And okay. Next, this is not stressful. This is like easy fun sewing. It's just that I still get streaming performance anxiety. Good enough. Will the machines and the cats really carry the show if I shit the bed? Yeah, who knows? But I have been reviewing my list of makes for the year. I think on Sunday, because I thought it would be super cool if I remembered to block off a Monday holiday, because I notoriously don't. Regardless, Sunday dragging out from the stocks of the Horde a number of different fabrics to do some planning and cutting preparatory stuff for upcoming makes. Because I have on my list a tier a paneled skirt, and I had originally thought of the black brocade with the red poly shot silk. No, no, shot. That red and black combination. However, I also have black lace that would look fun with the red, and I also have red lace. I've just got too many combinations, so I I've got enough to make a couple, so that is super cute, super great. With even good. Oh, I crinkly it. It's over there. I actually even made a pattern piece because I was gonna like. I know I'm gonna make a gajillion because I like that style, and we folks generally know Phoenix does love to spend hours doing rolled hems, making piping, and sewing ridiculous things, which has also gotten me on the notion of a button belly dance skirt because the ones that they sell with the crappy, weird coins that sound, I just can't. But if I think about where the crappy coins evolved from, it was because, and correct me, smart people, because I very much could be wrong, in that it used to be that those were real coins on their dance belts, and because they were just their belts in general, because that was like how they kept their money. Oh, that was this fabric does stupid shit. Okay, I'm gonna take a giant tuck on the inside of this section, the second half of the waistband here, because there's gonna be way too much material, and I'm gonna have to do it somewhere. So I'll just subtly stuff it through this end. Ow. Okay. Wouldn't be a show if we didn't do some fabric wrestling and stuffing, would it? No, I don't think so. Oh, going back to my machinations. So I thought it would be funny because I don't have I don't want to use to punk to puncture holes in real coins, but the notion of my buttons being my wealth and having a dance belt covered in buttons, because they're I think once I figure out how I want to attach them, we can make clinky, like to with the flat ones. If we overlap them, then as we move, they should have a clickety sound. And then the ones with the holes in the back, if we place them next to each other, I think there's a way. So I just need to, I think I need a fabric that moves and is dreepy, but also is going to be sturdy enough because those buttons are going to be a lot of stitches and that is going to get heavy. But we do have a cup. I do have some iron-on stabilizer, so we could cut the piece, do the iron-on stabilizer, sew on all the buttons, and then I guess we could just leave a border top stitch because then we would have an excuse to use up some crochet cotton to add little tassels to it and then add more little bells or buttons. All right, I'm sold. Button belly dance belt, the BBB, because the sewing the triangles or the shape of the skirt, that is going to be super fast and easy. Stitching all those funkin' buttons is going to take a couple of hours. Do I have enough buttonhole twist? Do I only have antique buttonhole twist? Guess I should. Look, all right, I'm going to got about 2 inches I left open for a little pocket. Gonna backstitch shitty doodah and not that shit and doodah. Be free. Where's my other snips, Phoenix? Why are you always losing your tools everywhere? Okay, one elastic retrieved, one safety. Oh, there's others. Okay. Did someone ask for a Battenberg ring? Little crocheted circles. They call them Battenberg rings. We learned that from the Singer instructions for art embroidery, which I will be returning to on Saturday until that book has been completed, and we're in the home stretches. After that, I have been doing. Oh, Phoenix, have you finished that tucked shirtwaist yet? That you literally started more than a year ago now? I, I, are you talking to me? What do you mean I didn't finish something that I started a year ago? You must have me confused with the other Phoenix. I never have unfinished ideas and projects laying around for that long. Oh well. Okay, so I've got the safety pin on one end. I'm just sliding the rest of it through. When I get a little bit closer, actually, you know what? I can just do that now. There's an end, and it's elastic, so this length is shorter than said waistband. So I'm going to take another safety pin through the end of the elastic, and at the opening of the hole where it needs to meet, I'm just going to safety pin it in place, trying to not get the elastic twisted in the waist. It's not, well, sometimes it's a complete horrible deal breaker. Sometimes we just forget that it happened and wear our clothes and don't live stream our mistakes. Don't want anybody to know. Don't talk about it on the internet. I think I'm gonna free the skirt. And the waistband just about sorted. I'm gonna be a good sewer, and as soon as I get to the end, I'm gonna stitch off the elastic so it stays a circle inside there. Because I cut a pair of silk pants that I'd made that the silk separated because I washed them so many times because I lived in those pants. So I cut it, and I everybody's got their bonnets, their silk satin bonnets, and I was like, I've got silk. Just wearing a silk bonnet at night for sleeping really going to make my hair nicer? Let's see. And I used the waistband that had the elastic and part of the fanny section. Lo and behold, when I looked at that waistband, I was like, why is there a big chunk there? There was a giant folded over chunk of elastic with a safety pin in there that had been washed a gajillion, bajillion times. And it was just there. So I cut it out and then actually stitched it down. So I'm just taking the time to stitch this very well. I could have turned it and just gone back and zigzagging instead of this chunky version. But I did it this way. Okay, and I'm going to leave that opening open right now. I could hand tack it, and then the elastic just disappears in that little case. And then we massage it around and we just stretch it out, make sure it's gonna fit over my hips. You can't even tell with the elastic in there, that little section where I had to take a giant pleat. Yeah. Oh, except for the little section that didn't get stitched down. We'll fix that later. Okay. 3 gores, 3 to go. We might actually, if I, you know what? Phoenix, don't get ahead of yourself. Just make another slit and just keep sewing. And just let's start moving. just so the bottom's kind of aligned. And it always seems so scary, but they to cut your stuff when it's already finished. But don't be scared, it's fine. It's just fabric. It's just like when you cut your hair. It's just hair. It'll grow back. It's okay. Should I be daring and just save myself a few minutes and not pin and just stitch? Are we feeling daring and marginally reckless? Let's do this. Let's see if the costume shop and my machinate can I woo myself a spot on the Panda Sub vaudeville show? Because I want to be on a vaudeville show. And I don't, the acts I want to do, I can't, are not amenable to being an onstage personality and a behind the stage person. They had snacks.
Listen for Smoky Mountain.
You're listening for Smoky Mountain.
What do you call this? Gravel? What's this?
Rocky Road. Oh, you're giving snacks to Rocky Road? Okay. All right. Well, woo Rocky Road. See if he's packing a pair of balls. The one of the baby street cats in the hood. Somewhere between 4 and 6 months old. Skinny. Had a gimpy leg, but he's walking on all their paws. Why did I call him because he peed the way I see Loki pee with his tail up. So I'm like, I think that's a chap cat. He's like gray with these tawny brown patches, kind of like a tabby-ish color, but fluffy like Loki. That's Rocky Road. And then I think Oreo is his litter mate. I frequently see them together, and Rocky Road's a tuxedo. But short haired. They're kind of like Loki and Freya. I wouldn't guess that they were siblings unless I was told that they were litter mates. But I am not, we can't bring in 2 more cats right now. Loki would have a conniption. And I know that they don't have other houses because I tried to woo them with snacks before, and they didn't know the sound that a snack sack meant good things were coming. We were just, what's that weird human? All right, back to the stitches. Hey Loki, are you upset that he's given snacks to Rocky Road? Are you upset? Does that offend your sensitive nature? Hey, sweet boy. Do you think so? Okay, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell. Free of Frickers. Oh, creepy gooby. Free of Frickers, there's snacks over here for you. I put snackies. I keep a second serving. Oh. Okay, we got no coming apart at the seams. And I don't think I'm gonna bother putting pins in the rest of these. We're just gonna cut and be reckless because the inside of the sweatshirting material is super soft and the cotton just wants to stick to it, which is great. I'm going to make just a little bit longer because the black has got it. Okay. And I'm just trying not to pull it too much out of place because that could be bad. Worse on a woven. But we'll make do. Oh, I need more tea for me and tea for you. Hey, Sarah, Sarah. Mm, 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 mm. Nope, can't sing that one. All right, just 3 more to go. I should do another layer of stitching or something to reinforce this, but this is a functionally wearable once we get these last sections done. Maybe we'll slide it on and just to take her for a twirl. Oh, please just drive the right way. I hate when we try to go backwards. Doesn't work like that. Yeah, we'll see how ambitious we are, but we're definitely getting this done. Oh, look at me doing the project on the thumbnail first. I'm not all clickbait all the time. I have sketched out on some of the medium weight interfacing some funny little things to stitch. So I'm kind of excited for that. Just some silly little, just some little things. Because we do have like 500 pin backs and little clips that we got stupid cheap at the Goodwill. So maybe we make stuff with it. Okay, and I'm just making sure every time that we're only cutting through one layer of fabric. Alright, I can always snip the tip a little bit longer afterwards, but I can't. It's much harder to close it back up after we've mangled it. Oh, that's right, we start on this side. Yeah, I'm also glad I made an executive decision to forego pins. If you are just in the beginning, there are reasons that pins exist. And I do too also use pins. And sometimes I'm cavalier. Pin what? Pin who? Pin where? Okay. Oh, excuse me, you don't need to see me yawning on stream. That's terrible. What silliness is that? Oh, I actually used lotion last night, and now today my hands feel so dry and itchy. That's mean. I didn't even excessively wash today. What humbug. Oh. Phoenix, this is not the bitching show. No, this is my channel, and I'll bitch if I want to. But now I just want to have joy and make stuff. That's what I'm doing. What did you make today? Did you make food? I made my bed. Just need to do stuff with my hands or my body because dancing and hula hooping is doing stuff. But it Phoenix, stop trying to overanalyze and think. If you can't have anything to say, then just shut your mouth and sew. Okay. I'm just lining everything back up again, making sure that I'm not going to stitch through more than the layers I'm supposed to be sewing through. This is going to be so fun to try. Okay. Oh, hey, Horror. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing this Wednesday, good sir? I hope it's been good. I hope it. I hope it's humptastic. Ugh. You know what? 'Cause this is gonna bug me. We're just gonna. Does it come back? No. Well, better to. Yeah, I feel better with this executive decision. But enough of that. Wednesday making stuff. Good times. We got skulls. We got animal prints. We have cozy loungewear with a candy goth twist. And I like it. I know, it's so chilly this spring, which is fine because some years it's been like over 100 already, and I don't need that, but. Oh, I thought everybody came in, but then they all went back outside again. They're tricking me. It's all Loki's fault. He wanted to be the trickster, and he is. But I saw something? Does anybody know what's going with one of the Rumble lawsuits with Google statute of limitations? Just I didn't see anything. I just saw brief things come across and was like, "What's going on? Did I miss something? Possibly, because I am supposed to not be on the. I actually have to like do work sometimes. Yeah, I think we're gonna just stitch it flat open because the skull side, the stitching doesn't look so nice. So I'm just gonna hide it. Let's see here. Should be two left. One. Am I missing one? Oh, because there was only one side seam. All right. Why do I? There should be six. Phoenix, do you know how to count on stuff on a circle? Okay. One, two, three, four, five. I am missing one. All right. Well, regardless, let me stitch this one down. It doesn't matter. What doesn't matter is me trying to find how to cut a straight line. Because I failed straight line cutting in kindergarten. It's amazing that they let me have a pair of shears eventually. Oh, the lawn boy's working again. All right. Last pin out. Let me move the pin cushion. Make sure I'm oriented in the correct fashionings. That side there, this side here. Oh my god. I can't wait to slip off my hoodie and slip on this little skirt and do a little twirl. Let's just tighten our presser foot first because I don't like, we can't have our feet falling off. Heaven forbid. Heavens to Betsy. I know it, the grass is just growing like crazy. It just keeps growing. And that's the sound of debris on the window. He knows I'm in here streaming. I know, right? And he can't even dare to pay attention, but he's going to weed back in front of the window. Thanks. Thanks, Dove. He has the audacity to do lawn work and listen to somebody else. How dare he? Oh, how dare he? All right, let me get back to this stitching. Let me just slip out of this hoodie fast. Okay. Oops. Just keep our elbows next to our sides. I got kitty leggings, my kitty shirt, one of my kitty shirts. And we're gonna slip into a skull skirt. And they let us make clothes. Wow, I am just cracking myself up this afternoon. At this rate, well, I got a lot of stitching in me at this rate. So Phoenix, just shush up and be happy. Don't blow it. You haven't ran on a bobbin, you haven't broken a needle, and you haven't had bloodshed in a while. So don't jinx. And I pinned on pieces. I miscounted. I thought I had 6 panels, but there was 3. One on each center and then 2 on each in the front. But maybe I counted. It doesn't matter. There's a piece. I will sew it in later. There's only 5. Nobody's gonna count and be like, "Oh, you've got an uneven number of gores. You have an odd number of gores." Oh, oh, what an amazing shit show we have here today. The clown car was jam packed when I was pulling up after the dentist. I was like, "You're gonna let all them in?" And they said yes. Okay, okay. Cheetah skulls and black. What a great combination for a skirt, if I do say so myself. I'll wear it and let's see if people can't decide whether it's fun and they want to talk to me or whether they think I'm a weird eccentric homeless lady, and they just don't talk to me. The bobbin ran out. We are not in stitches, boys and girls. Nope. Empty. Oh, yep. But I think the last time I checked, this should be show our 393rd or 4th piece of content we put up on Rumble. No, 290. We're almost at 300. So I was contemplating that notion of a wind up all my bobbins. So I would have to sew through the one that's got the elastic for sharing. Or we could just do a sharing. Well, okay, don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah, contemplating pulling a doozy for piece of content number 300. That's what I'm contemplating. Because it would not be challenging to come up. I mean, the way we sew through. Oh, because that's the. Okay. Things that take up a lot of bobbin thread. There is the other floofy tooled tiered teal skirt from Frida Leopold, and that would kind of be fun with that green and yellow. I'm gonna have to bring out. We're gonna have to do show and tell. Maybe I'll have. Oh, maybe I can see if I can have my. Oh, hey Loki! I forgot to look into the monitor and see you that you've camped out with me. Hey, honey. I know you don't like the sounds of the lawn boy outside. You don't like the handsome lawn boy. Yeah. Oh. Bluetooth mic, so I don't need to sit here. I can sit right there. We can look at fabrics, make some plans, cut some stuff. 'Cause I want to sew a bunch. 15 years on the Erie Canal. Whoa, bridge, everybody down. Whoa, bridge, we're coming to a town. And you know your partner and you always know your pal. If you ever navigated on the Erie Canal, she got a mule, her name is Sam. 15 years on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker, she's a good old pal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. Oh, bridge, everybody down. All right, let's knock over food containers. And let's put on skirts the way you're supposed to. Over your head, not from the bottom of your feet. Well, let me hope this works. Oh, okay. I'll just shimmy down. Oh, except hold furlage. Totes adorbs. Sorry, Loki. Oh, okay. Skirts out of sweatshirt material. 2 paws up. Okay. Now that it's on, I don't want to take it off. I am going to at least do another layer of stitches over the seams so that everything lays flat and to because 2 rows are better than one. So, oh, bring them over. So I was doing some sketching and some ideas, and this is what I came up with. Little pins that say Phoenix Electric. Got this funny little pin cushion. And oh, it says "Oh meow" with a little spool of thread. And it says "Make art great again" because I thought that would be funny because it's manga, but it's art, and it made me giggle yesterday. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, sweet fluffy. Oh, this is so comfortable. I am kind of really glad I hacked this up into separates instead of that sack that I'd previously had. Ooh, that audio, that you can't, Phoenix. Don't put your audio cables that next to yours, the needle on your sewing machine. That, oh, we should make I was thinking about making bingo cards a while ago. That would be that might be an automatic bingo if I put on the card Phoenix sews through the audio cable during the show. God, that would be a disaster. How many streams could you go to that would have to worry about sewing through their audio cables? I know. Not enough of them. There should be more people with their sewing. And just well, I just need to do stuff with my hands. Just need to make stuff. It's a compulsion. It's an addiction. But it's not a problem. Oh, now I've got that tricky song and I want to hear it and I can't think of the words. Okay. Now, next up, the last of the ruffle for this double circle skirt. Most, I'm in the last like third, so 2/3 I've already attached quietly by myself because I do sometimes need to sit and sew by myself, not on stream. Sometimes because I just sew a little bit faster. I don't mind being completely flummoxed by chat, but I also appreciate that I know that I try to be fun so that you have a nice experience regardless. Because yeah, I was like, I could make little like Rumble logos, but why? If you're gonna like make pins and think about stuff, why don't you make that for your own channel? Because you don't. It's not a love-hate relationship with Rumble. Mm, it's like dysthemia. It's just it's sometimes neutral, but whatever. I had my best month ever. I made 10 cents. Oh, it was great. So we are crushing it. We're stitching those garments together like there's gonna be no shekels for thread. Speaking of shekels for thread, I went to the Goodwill yesterday and they had 75 yards of 100% nylon woven within a like a crew and taupe for like $3. It was in the roll still, and I didn't bring it home with me because the only thing I had two thoughts: those fancy Chanel suits out of the like tweeds and a couch. And it's one of the few times Phoenix decided, I don't feel like looking like a couch. Or the draperies. I was quite impressed with myself. They still had that purple stuff that was there the last time. Which I was kind of surprised. But it was still $12. And even for the 6 or 7 yards, I still said, I don't feel like spending that much money on it. Especially because I saw that there was a spot that had like a mud spot on it, so that would definitely need to be washed before I got myself into it. So I didn't go to Joann's. I think their final day is Saturday. Not going to go. I'm not in need, and the last times I was there, the I the things that I could I just not, yeah, just the end of an era. Oh, I've got grumbles in my stomach. There are stomach gremlins galore. I am surprised they've not been yelling through the microphone. It might be a Two Violet Candy show. So I am glad that at least we persevered and that studio came back after Little Man did something to my HDMI cord. Like he stepped on it, jostled something, and then my video went out, and I was like, but we figured it out. And we're still here, stitching away. Oh, so close to another spectacular schmata completed. Because this can go on top of our can skirt. Oh, thinking about the skirt from Freda Leopold, because it's kind of similar, like big and floofy and swishy, but it's a slightly different. It's not the same technique as the can skirt we already made, and I'm not adverse to having more of those, but I also am. I don't think I'm going to grow in my skill by completely making exactly another one just like that. So gonna mix it up and try a different technique so that I can try something new. Okay, by the end, just to hear, this is all from the machine to my left fingertip is all we've got left to sew of the ruffles. And we need to sort out the waistband. Kind of thinking of just sewing ribbon ties and then just hem. I don't know. I also want to do something. I really should try that V taper waistband. Hmm. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish applying the ruffles. I'm going to sew most of the other side seam up. I think we're gonna do a French seam because there's raw ends. I'm gonna leave a 6-ish inch gap at the top of the waist in case I decide or need to want to set in a zip, hook in eyes, hook in Bart, something for a closure. Because in theory, there would be a little bit of an opening for a pocket to be worn under your garb. But as I am not a pocket stan, I can do without them. Also, if I think I'm just gonna dance and floof around and dance the can and stuff like that, I don't want to be extra bulky with my pockets on. I have to trust that the other girls backstage aren't stealing my stuff out of my spare knickers. 'Cause that would be unacceptable, boys and girls. I'm just here to be on stage and dance. Mhm, mhm, dance, dance like it's over. Oh, should I press this? All right. Oh no, just get to the end of this row, please, in one fell stitch. Yeah, I have to slow down because there's where I've already done the rolled hem and the gathering. It's a little chunky. It starts to sound clunky. I'm driving through too many late. Not too many, but I'm not driving right on the line I should be. I'm just off. So let's see if we can hear if Phoenix fucks up. Right there. Oops. Get into your spot, please. No, that's me pulling ruffles, not a cat next to me. Don't destroy the place. Because I could make more spider webs too. I had fun making those. Those glow in the dark. We stitched those live using glow in the dark thread. And they do glow in the dark. But, but managing all that feels like putting the cart before the horse. And who is there a want? I don't know. Not from my testing on the X's. That was just like, yeah, doesn't matter. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna give stuff, probably send some stuff to the mummers because they have fun taking them extra little doodads and things to other ladies at art class. So I'll just send stuff to the art class ladies at a loss. Oh, here's a spot where the stitching unstitched itself. So I'm just gonna smush it up a little denser. Fortunately, it's right close to the edge, but if I left it and didn't smush it up, it would look rather unsightly, and you can't have that. I'm just forcing everything down, making sure things are getting caught, that the top of the ruffle isn't getting caught under the presser foot, that the bottom of the ruffle isn't getting caught, that we're driving generally along the same straight path, curved path as the circle skirt is. Oh, this is the section where I was not using the ruffler foot. That's why this looks like hot garbage. I was kind of hoping that this piece would just like not need to be included, but alas, here we are on this beautiful, windy, dreary Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so I'm just mushing it up under my fingers and just gonna hold it relatively firmly. Be very careful that I know where my fingers are because this is how you accidentally sew over your fingers or through your nails or whatever. If it happens, very carefully attempt to take out the needle from the machine. Don't pull because oh, depends also on the angle of the stabbage. That's enough. That's enough gore for one show, Phoenix. That joke keeps. It's just the theme of the day. All right, I'm gonna end up cutting off All right, let's call it there. Do our back stitch. And we're going to trimity do. I'm going to hold this up and then, actually, first, I'm going to cut this long-ish tail because Phoenix managed to sew more than she needed, which is fine. Well, we'll put it to use in the bodice section. But here is one giant ruffle. Where's the right side? You're inside out. So unlike the can skirt that had a shit ton of tiers of ruffles, here we just have one fabulous, the best row of ruffles. Because ruffly doo-dah, ruffly day. You are the funniest clown. Mm. All right, I am thinking, I feel really good, but I want to put the waistband. I want to do the waistband and then do the side seam, or do the side seam and then do the waistband. I kind of want to do the waistband first because then I can make sure that the edges get. My issue is that I'm getting really hungry. So, on that note, this is almost finished. I'll probably finish this myself later, which means, oh no, let's blow through this really fast while we're here. I did not alter the pattern for the choli blouse. I took off the extra layers and basted again, realized that I had pinned pieces in the incorrect location. So after I did a little zhuzhing, I was more satisfied, and I might just need a 1.5 inch ribbon, something in the middle to just make sure we close nicely around the assets. But I am not. I think you're supposed to sew darts from the fat end to the skinny end, and I am just recklessly sewing from the skinny end, backstitching. So people are nice. The gooder tailors, well, can't even speak. They're so much gooder. I would hand tie off these things. This is just the first one. We just want to make sure that we like it. And I did not pin this to do. Well, I didn't think of a seam finish. I think I was supposed to stay stitch. Oh, fuck it. This is why Phoenix doesn't follow patterns. Did I have my seam gauge is over there. This should be about 1/2 inch. Though no, this is where I've had problems with fitting garments because I was not paying attention to seam allowance. But I tried it on. It's hand basted. I'm just stitching over the basting stitches. Try everything on again, and I'll cut out the rest of the pieces. Alright, 2 darts, 1 side bust, 2 side piece. Oh, because I also think technically when you're sewing like the shoulders, you're supposed to go from your neck outwards and from the under the arms downwards, not the opposite way, because it affects how the fabric it affects the lay in the final product. Does it seem silly and useless to pay attention to it? Yes. In the beginning, will you most folks pay attention? No. Will you get to a point where you're like, oh, I see the reason for this and I don't loathe it as much of a step? Also, yes. So that's Phoenix's words of wisdom from a truly long time of having some type of a needle in my hand. With over 40 years of experience, Phoenix knows a thing or two every once in a while. I am sewing really shitty. Alright, there we go. And somewhere there's a pattern piece. I'm going to have to take the whole flat pattern out because I have a center front boob cup and a shoulder. Let's move on to the next section. Oh, these weird under the arm sections. Where the fuck is there too much fabric? And do I want to just make it even at the bottom? I'll just force a dart into it and see what happens. No. So I think I'm going to unpin this basting line. Because I can always cut the underarm section a little bit more to make that even. But the bottom kind of just needs to match. So I will force it to match there. And hey, Borberigmes, I knew you were coming. Thanks for stopping by the show. Yeah, I must have cut the piece wrong because I'll have to massage it on the other side because I don't recall that one being so unbalanced, but we'll be fine. Ouch. Okay, 1/2. Oh, did I sew the back darts? Let's stitch in those back darts. This time we'll actually start at the bottom. So darts are a way of shaping the fabric because fabric is flat. And I am not. So we find ways to manipulate the fabric to accommodate. And in this technique of darts, it just means pinching out a strip of fabric that's usually fatter at one end and skinnier at another. To accommodate for the curves. And don't ask me about fitting. It's a whole separate thing. I barely know how to sort of pretend to do it for myself. And number one reason why stuff I make looks like shit. Sometimes you can be cavalier, and other times you really need to be careful. Which is why we practice making corsets, because you have to be very careful. Speaking of corsets, I was really hoping. I hope Haley's okay. It's been 3 shows. Haley, be okay. If you catch this on the replay, I'm thinking about you. And I was watching, I'm going to forget her name, this young, oh, there's a lady who is in Texas who does living history and recreation, whatever, living history stuff. and she does a lot of 1840s, 50s, 60s Texas style stuff from extant garments. She does go through the piece of being historically accurate in her sewing techniques, i.e., she hand sews everything, and I don't do that. Goodness, do I have all the busts done? Let's get all these little darts done real fast. Because they're squidgy. I think there's a step where I'm supposed to stay stitch around the neck, which means I'm just going to run a row of stitches around the neck because over time it might stretch out and not look as lay as nicely. But what I was getting to, and I'll pull it up. You know what? I'm going to save the rest of that story till Sunday because I learned something. I will be better prepared with my resources so I can pull up what I found and where I learned it from. Oh, don't do the and maybe scrap the other two corsets I thought I was going to try to make. And maybe we'll see how much Phoenix really hates herself. But that's a story for a Sunday show. All right, the last piece. No, we've got two last pieces. We've got this side boob to side, side. I really wished I hadn't pulled out my basting threads. They really do a great job holding everything in place. And unlike pins, you don't need to worry about taking them out as you stitch because basting threads aren't going to break your needle if you sew over them. But they are a great way for fit checking. You just get everything basted in, then you don't have to worry about poking yourself with pins. You can look at the mirror, put your phone on, your device on record mode, take some video so you can see all your angles and assets. All right, Peanut, just this is a corner it probably needs to be clipped after we press it. Oh, I'm gonna. Okay, Phoenix, don't get grumpy. Get stitching. Just massaging around that curve because it didn't want to lay flat, so I just said you will lay flat, and that's what the tailor's ham and some steam in the iron are for. All right, I'm gonna sew this last seam, and I think I need to call it a show because starting to get a case of hangries, and you don't need to be subjected to that grumpiness. Oh, I guess I'm not putting French seams in this because I sewed it the wrong way for that. All right, regardless. Let's trimity doodah this last thing. Make sure I sewed all the seams. Huzzah. And yeah, it just needs a little something to make it close in the front, but I think I like the fit in the back. Oh, let me just hold my baby. I'll just take out that material under the armpit here that is laying funny. Add a little ribbon for the closure, and we're gonna call it a shirt and a show. We were quite productive. Skull skirt, all intents and purposes, done. Can skirt overlay, just about done. Mock up stitched and not hated, also done. So we did good work for just under 2 hours. I will be back on Saturday at 12 p.m. as we get through the final chapters in the Singer instructions for art embroidery. We're so close to being done with that. Then we can sew all the lace and font, whatever we feel like. Sunday? I haven't decided yet. That's too many days away. So don't wait till tomorrow to be fabulous today, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. All right, and the way out of the tent, please make sure you clickety clacky some buttons. We're looking for button smashing. Thank you, everyone. You be great. Have the rest of a. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm gonna stop blabbering, but I'm just gonna say this right now. All right, bye.